The music that I play and the instruments that I use, people ask me about writing songs and how do I compose pieces with these instruments. And I try to replicate the way I imagine the ancient artist work. Because the images that they created in the ancient books, we refer to them as the codices, they are filled with symbolism. It is embedded with layers of knowledge. This is how they created their art, their sculpture, their architecture. It's just infused with symbolism. And so when I create and write music, I try to utilize those same type of principles so that on the surface, it sounds like a nice, pleasing song. But there's a lot of knowledge embedded in that arrangement of the music and the choice of instruments I use. I'm an artist. I create with what I have. I create sounds that I hear, sounds that come to me. I'm inspired by things that are always happening around me. The instruments themselves have stories, and I even write stories about the instruments that I'm inspired because of them, the sounds that they make. And I try to write those stories in a way that is very simple so that anybody can understand them. When I share programs, I share them for all ages, so from little kids on to adults. And I try to give them something that has some sustenance, something that will feed their curiosity about not only the music, but about themselves. I think one of the things I like about my program is that as much information as I share, what you absorb is really about you, because you begin to open up. You begin to look at things around you. You begin to consider your ancestors, where you came from, what gifts and talents you possess and have. And these are all things that our ancient ancestors understood. When you happen to go to an event where there are some Aztec dancers, they are sharing dances that have been danced for hundreds and hundreds of years, using the same instruments as well. The big, large wooden drums, the wewets, the ayakashkli gourd rattles. You'll see the dancers dancing with the rattles. You'll hear the flutes. You'll hear lots of percussion instruments. And these are all the instruments that, when you hear them, it wakes up something deep inside. So this is the beauty of indigenous music. Although I call it Aztec stories, it really represents every native indigenous culture on this planet that ever existed. They all understood the connection of nature. They all understood how to work with nature, not against it. You don't control nature. Nature is what it is. We just respond, we adapt. So these are ancient lessons. It's good for us to remember these things and remember that be part of nature.